Assalamualaikum and very good morning, everyone. My name is Adhzim Haqimi bin Abdul. I am the marketing manager in our company. Thank you for being here today. I am here today to present constructive feedback for improved performance in our organization company. This brings me to the purpose of today's meeting to identify problems and discussing the solution, and most importantly, to encourage collaboration and support each other. Next, to begin, let me introduce myself more formally. My name is Adhzim Haqimi bin Abdul. My message number is 01DPM24F1014. I am currently serving as the marketing manager in our department. My academic background includes diploma in business studies, and I have always had a passion for strategic communication and marketing leadership. Now, let me introduce one of our marketing team members, Danish Azim bin Abdullah, who joined our marketing department in January 2024 as a marketing executive. Danish brought with him a background in digital marketing and at first demonstrated excellent enthusiasm, reliability, and a strong willingness to learn. His early campaign contributions were well structured and he was always open to feedback. However, over time we observed a decline in his performance, which started affecting our team's productivity. Let me break this down into several key issues. First, missed deadlines. Danish regularly failed to submit campaign proposal on time. This caused project delays and disrupted our team workflow. Second, quality of work. Even when tasks were submitted, they often contain errors and lack creativity and strategic direction. This fell below our team's standards. Third, lack of engagement. During meetings, Danish show minimal participation and seldom contribute ideas, which reduce collaborative progress. Four, unnotified absence. There were several instances where he was absent from work without giving any notice. This creates coordination problems within our team. 5. Team impact. Overall, his underperformance led to increased workload for his teammates, causing frustration and imbalance in the department. So, how do we address this issue professionally? The answer lies in applying the characteristic of effective communication. First, clarity of purpose. As a manager, I had to clearly communicate what was expected of Danish. This involved discussing his specific purpose, such as missed deadlines, errors in deliverables, and lack of participation. Clear communication helps eliminate confusion and give him a solid understanding of areas needing improvement. Second, we use multiple channels to reinforce the message. For example, aside from face to face meetings, I also followed up through email, ensuring that all discussions were documented and that progress could be tracked effectively. Third, we practice empathy, understanding that personal or mental stress might be affected. I made sure to acknowledge his feelings and challenge. For instance, I said, I understand that juggling personal and work stress can be difficult. This opened a space for honest conversation. Next, we apply the principle of effective communication, which are first, courtesy. We maintain a respectful and professional tone throughout the discussion. For example, I know you have been a valuable member of team in the past, and I want to make sure you have the support you need to get back on track. Is there an is there anything that's affecting to meet these expectations? Second, clarity. I made sure Danish understood the expectation and where he needed to improve. For example, Danish, we have noticed some challenges with meeting deadlines, and the quality of your recent submission. I would like to ask to review the expectation and what support you might need moving forward. Third, consideration. We explored any external or personal factors that could have been affecting his performance. Four, correctness. All feedback given was based on real example like missed deadlines or unnotified absence. For example, in the last 2 weeks, your campaign proposal was submitted 2 days late, and there was several errors in the final document that required additional revisions. We need to ensure this does not happen moving forward. The next step involves using the right communication skill, particularly three main ones. First, interpersonal skills. I focus on building trust and rapport with Danish. For example, Danish, I notice you been struggling with deadlines recently. Can you tell me what's going on? Addressing performance issues can be sensitive, so I make sure the environment was supportive and non-threatening. Second, feedback skills. I give constructive feedback, focusing on his behavior rather than making it personal. Instead of saying, you're, you're careless, I said, there was a few errors in your last campaign proposal that was need to address. Third, listening skills. I did not just talk, I listened. I allowed Danish to share his side of the story and reflected back on what he said using my own words to show understanding. This made him feel heard and respected. In conclusion, combining all of these skills, interpersonal, feedback, and active listening, help us support Danish on his path to improvement by setting clear expectation, reinforcing message through different channels, and showing empathy. We create an environment where he feels supported and motivated. Ultimately, respectful and solution focused communication is the key to stronger team performance. That brings us to the end of this presentation. Thank you so much for your time and attention. I hope it's provided insight into how we handle performance management through effective formal business communication. If you have any question, I will be happy to answer them.